Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play series. You join me over here at the mooshroom biome where I have been working on getting some beacons going, and I have a couple over here and I have a couple over here. This is the start of our beacon grid, and I have also chosen how I am laying these out. They are directly in line with this main beacon over here, and they are exactly spaced out. I've done the measurements so that they perfectly overlap one another, this block to this block. Now, of course, once we're on this block, we will lose a couple of effects. You see that these are counting down. This one, and this one are counting down below. That is because we only have two beacons over there at the moment. So there you go. You see we have two effects. If I step one block back, we'll get all of the effects. Same over there. So right now we just have haste and speed boost out at these 2 points. I have also pulled the 4 beacons that were in my old base storage system so that we can have a couple more beacons over here, because I also want to do the same thing over here. I've had to go and collect a bunch more iron to be able to create the pyramids, because I am creating full-sized pyramids so that we can eventually have 4 beacons in each of these. So this is an absolute ton of iron. This is like 4 or 5 stacks of iron blocks. So we have 2 more spaces there, and we also have 2 more spaces over here to put them in once we have them. Just trying to make it look somewhat symmetrical for now. And then, of course, I will count out the blocks this way and also do one over here. Now, I've been thinking a lot more about the terraforming of this land here, and what I think I want to do is I've sort of picked a natural point where the land sort of levels, which is through this sort of ravine, through here, and then sort of this way and around, sort of like that, and out back like this. And I believe that is the place where I want to create the more urban area with the tall buildings and things like that. So that's the area I'm going to be working on leveling out. We've already done this area, so we just need to continue that, and I've already started stripping a lot of this. And now that we have haste 2, that is definitely more possible, so we will be leveling that over time. I'm not exactly sure how long that's going to take. I do have some plans, but that is an absolute ton to remove. I may also use some TNT to try and remove the bigger bits. But yeah, that is the sort of plan for how that's going to level out. And then the rest of the island, I do still want it to go green eventually, but it's going to be different. We're going to do some different sort of types of builds with mountainous terrain and roads and things going up into them. We could do like say a beach over here or things like that. Not necessarily all the strict urban streets and everything like that, but on the path of streets, if we come over here, I have created the design for the main roads in our sort of downtown area. This is what I'm going to go with, though there's going to be a little bit of variation as well. This is looking quite good. This is a stripped spruce, and then we're using all of the deep slate, and then I've got a bunch of that stuff here, and there you go. I've also gotten myself some cracked deep slate, which I think I'm going to use for texture here and there in the road. And then I'm not sure if there's a cracked variant of this stair. I don't think there is. I think there's only cracked variants of blocks, but that will add in a little bit. And then if we want a good variation on the stair or the slab, we can do some different type of thing. I've got these polished slabs. It might work, not sure yet. Yeah, we could do that every once in a while just to break it up, but this is the sort of design that we are going to go with, going for the bit of the darker design for the road, sort of like to mimic what an asphalt might look like instead of more the concrete, because this is our sidewalk pattern. So I'm trying to go the contrast to the road, and I think it's going to work quite nicely. And so yeah, that is going to end up wrapping around here, and then we're going to put buildings up around, and these roads are going to move out. And then of course the more rural roads are going to be probably more gravelly and stone, or something like this with the patterned block type. So yeah, things are starting to come along and designs are starting to come together and we've got these beacons going, but what I really want to make progress on in this episode is really knocking down some of this terrain. I've got a weekend now, basically, ahead of me. This is recording on Friday today. I've got a weekend where I'm not going to be able to record audio because there's going to be people around. So I am just going to record time lapses of me knocking down as much terrain as I possibly can. I don't think I'm going to get to my actual border of where I want to be done, but maybe. We'll see. I might try some TNTing in the time lapse as well. I might try some different things. But yeah, we're going to see how much we can knock out over the weekend. And I'm going to do that now in the form of one massive time lapse. I'm not exactly sure how long it's going to be yet, but when I come back, hopefully this terrain looks a lot different. So without further ado, let's get it going. And we are back. Wow, it was a long weekend of digging and exploding, but look at the amount of space that we have. I dug out so many blocks. I was not expecting to finish this. It was many, many hours of digging and TNT, but it is now complete. That is the general area that I wanted to flatten to put city buildings in, and it is pretty massive. It doesn't look like that much when you stand back, but when you're actually in it, it is huge, and the amount of blocks that we removed was massive. I wasn't really keeping blocks other than granite and andesite. Everything else I was kind of just getting rid of at a certain point. I kept a bunch over here when I first started, but I didn't feel that it was necessary as I kept going along. And yeah, so we've got our beacons set in. I added a couple of the extra ones that I had to these so that I could have jump boost, and it went pretty well. There was a corner right over here where I didn't quite have haste, like here-ish, I believe. I can probably, yeah, so they're going down here. But I was able to mine that out just the same. We did have a couple minor mishaps with explosions. I'm sure you saw the one in the time lapse where I blew up a little bit of the plaza over here, but luckily it didn't hit any of the shulker boxes or anything. And I still have actually quite a bit of TNT left over. Not sure where I've left it. That is granite. Maybe the TNT is over here. I crafted a lot. Yeah, there it is. I crafted a lot of TNT. I even ran out of sand and gravel in the storage system and had to go out and get more sand and gravel to craft TNT. I think I probably used 2 shulker boxes of TNT all said and done. There's a bit more sand and gunpowder here. Yeah, so lots of sand and gunpowder to make TNT, lots of repairing our tools, and unfortunately, because of the repairing the tools, we're actually almost out of bottles of enchanting as well. You can see that there's not many in here anymore. No. So, yeah, just that. I think I have a few more down in a shulker box that I didn't put into the system, but that is like the end of my supply. Where is that chest? It's here. Bottles of enchanting. So that is... there's a decent number in there, but that is the end of my supply. But that's okay, because at some point, very soon, I am actually going to take that machine down. I'll put it up again when I have a building for it, but for now, the machine does have to go, because I believe in the next episode I am going to be designing this park and the quadrants that are in it, and I am very excited to show you what I have planned for that. Let me show you something else that I have been working on. It is over here. This is a map of the mooshroom biome, and I wanted to take a map now, and I actually want to lock this map in. So let's grab those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I actually want to lock these maps in, which I believe I can do with some glass panes. Yes, so that would lock that. And I want to do this because I want to, over time, see how the biome changes. I wish I had taken a full map when the biome was brand new. Unfortunately, I did not, but nonetheless, this is going to be a good marker for as things change and expand and grow. And eventually, I am planning a building to put maps in over time. Those are locked in now, and these are my mapping tools. To put all of the maps in so that we can see the change over time. And I'm very excited to see how this biome changes, especially once we start grassing over all of the purple. I really don't like how this mycelium looks on these maps. It's very, very purple. It's strangely colored. You'd think it would be closer to the actual color, but even the grass is a little bit limier than it really is. So I've put my proper tools back in my inventory. I've been carrying around just pickaxes and shovels for days, so that is nice. And the next step that I want to get to today is just finishing off the outside of this plaza here. I think I'm going to take a little bit more out of here eventually, but just because there needs to be a road here, in truth. It needs to come around, so I need to take out at least a bit of this corner. But that is quite quick, as you can see. I should have grabbed myself some grass so that I can make this dirt grass. Because if you kind of just put grass on the edge, it does that. Do I have some more grass? I'm really running out of grass. There's a little bit. So basically what I want to do for the rest of this episode is build up the road around the park. And there we go. That should spread so that it's all grass. And you guys can go. I'm going to have to find a way to get more grass for when I cover all that stuff up. It's either going to be just mining it or finding some way to farm it. Yeah, so the road design, which I have over here, which I've shown you a little bit. This I now want to get set up all the way around the park. And then I've also laid out, this is where the road is going to go down, and this is where the road is going to go down through here. And there's going to be like a little center median here with grass and things. So I don't know if I'll do these ones today, but I definitely want to get the road built up around the park so that we can see how that looks, and especially see how that looks in the next episode with the park actually finished. So what I am going to do is I am going to get rid of all of this, and I will keep this nice grass. Actually, this will gain us some grass. And I'm going to put the road in around. And of course, I'm going to do that now in the form of a third-person time-lapse. So for the second time, and probably the last time in this episode, let's get it going. And there we go. We have the road installed now as well. The idea behind this road is that it would be cars, and also at some point I think I might build up a little bit of a trolley system in certain places. So that is why I've gone with the ridge and wood to be sort of like the plank of a railroad tie. And I've just been thinking about this now and kind of deciding how I would want this to change direction here as well. I'm just trying to think about how this would look when we turn this corner. So just something like this, I think, like that, and then we'll probably go there. No, wait, this isn't right. We need to go one more with the bricks, and the same on this side. One more with the bricks, these, and then turn the stair, and turn the stair like that. And then we can use the spruce as well, like that. And I think that is how we would do the corner, though. It's okay. I don't really love how these woods end up being connected, but I don't think that adding in a second space wouldn't make it any better, although I can try it. I think that that's going to look strange having two slabs then, because we would have to do that. Actually, I like that better. So I think we'll do that, and then like that, and there. So that is how we change direction. That looks good. So we'll have one there, and then of course we're going to have more going out all over the place, and that is the road design, and it's looking quite good. I do still need to put in the cracked bricks in places, so like that, so that we get a little bit of texture. I can just put them in the offhand and do it every once in a while on both sides. And by doing that, we'll get a little bit of variation in the blocks, just like that. So that is what still needs to be done, but that won't take very long at all. I am very, very happy with how this is coming along. And like I said, in the next episode, we are going to design this park. I'm not sure if we'll get all 4 quadrants done, but I'm going to get as many done as we can. And I'm very excited for you guys to see what I have planned. But this has been a long, long episode in the making, digging out everything over here, putting in the road system, gathering items and everything. So in between episodes, I am going to clean up everything that is in the park, and we are going to use the items that we have ready to go to build up what I have in mind here. So that is what is going to happen next time, but unfortunately, that is all the time I have for today. So thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that. But until next time, bye.